Yo, Vikings Nation, it's your boy, hyped up and ready to talk some serious Vikings football. The word on the street is that Jaire Alexander, the Packers' former All-Pro corner, is now a free agent, and Minnesota might just be the team to snag him. This is huge. Our secondary could go from good to straight-up dominant. So what's the deal? Why are we even talking about this? Let's set the stage with the latest buzz and why this move could be a game-changer. Stick with me, because this is going to get wild. Our Vikings have one of the best rosters in the NFL, no question. We went 14-3 last season, and with stars like Justin Jefferson and J.J. McCarthy, we're eyeing a Super Bowl run in 2025. But here's the thing, our cornerback group is the one spot that's got some question marks. Byron Murphy Jr. is a stud, one of the league's top slot corners, but after him, it's a bit shaky. Isaiah Rodgers and Mekhi Blackmon have potential, but they're unproven. Jeff Okudah? Talented but a draft bust so far. And Dwight McGlothern? Still a raw project. We need a lockdown corner to take us to the next level. Enter Jaire Alexander. This dude's a two-time Pro Bowler, a second-team All-Pro in 2020 and 2022, and when he's on the field, he's a nightmare for receivers. Imagine him locking down one side of the field while Murphy holds the slot. That's the kind of defense that could shut down the likes of A.J. Brown or C.D. Lamb in the playoffs. So what's the catch? Why did Green Bay let him go? Let's dig into the drama and find out what's driving this move. The Packers' decision to cut Jaire Alexander was all about the money. He was set to carry a massive $24.6 million cap hit in 2025, and Green Bay couldn't justify it with his injury history. By releasing him post-June 1, they saved $17.1 million this year, splitting $17 million in dead money between 2025 and 2026. That's cold, hard business, but it's their loss and potentially our gain. Alexander's only 28, still in his prime, and his skills are undeniable. 5 interceptions in 2022, a Pro Bowl nod, and All-Pro honors. When he's healthy, he's elite. But that's the big if. What's the deal with his injuries? Here's the scoop on Alexander's health, and it's a bit of a red flag. Over the last 4 seasons, he's played just 34 out of 68 possible games. A torn PCL cut his 2024 season short, and he's only played more than 7 games once since 2021. That's rough. But Vikings fans, we know our team loves taking chances on players with injury concerns. Look at Jonathan Greenid, Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, and Aaron Jones. All guys who were risky, but became cornerstones of our 14-3 squad last year. Could Alexander be the next success story? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's talk about why the Vikings are a perfect fit. First off, there's the rivalry factor. Alexander has been a thorn in our side for years, talking smack about Justin Jefferson's epic 184-yard, 2-touchdown game against Green Bay, calling it a fluke. Ouch! Imagine the poetic justice of him joining the Vikings and facing his old team twice a year. Plus, he'd get to team up with Aaron Jones, another ex-Packer who's thriving in purple. Wouldn't that just burn Packers fans? Let's hear it. Would you love to see Jaire stick it to Green Bay? Another huge reason Alexander makes sense is our defensive guru, Brian Flores. His scheme is all about aggressive, creative pressures, and that requires rock-solid cornerbacks who can handle one-on-one coverage. Alexander's patience and explosiveness at the catch point are tailor-made for Flores' system. And here's the kicker, he wouldn't even have to be CB1. With Byron Murphy Jr. holding down the slot, Alexander could focus on shutting down outside receivers. Pair them with guys like Stephon Gilmore, and our secondary could be straight-up unfair. What do you think Flores could do with a talent like Jaire? But here's where it gets tricky, the contract. Alexander was on a 4-year, $84 million deal with Green Bay, averaging $21 million a year. No way he's getting that now, but he won't come cheap either. The Vikings have already spent big in free agency this year, signing guys like Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. Could they swing a 1-year, prove-it deal for around $10 million like they did with Gilmore? It's a gamble, but Alexander's youth and upside make it tempting. If he stays healthy, he could be the missing piece for a Super Bowl push. Vikings Nation, would you roll the dice on a deal like that? Let's paint the picture of Alexander in purple. Imagine him lining up against Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson in practice. Talk about iron sharpening iron. He wouldn't have to face JJ in games anymore. Just shut down the other team's best receiver. With our offense already a juggernaut and Flores' defense getting nastier every year, adding Alexander could make us a legit contender. But there's risk, his injuries, and the cost. Other teams like the Dolphins, 49ers, and Ravens are in the mix too. Should we outbid them or play it safe? Hit the comments with your take. Alright, Vikings Nation, it's crunch time. Jaire Alexander is a free agent, and the Vikings have a golden opportunity to bolster their weakest position. Will they make the move? Could this be the signing that pushes us over the edge in 2025? I'm fired up just thinking about it. Smash that like button if you want Jaire in purple. Drop a comment with your predictions, and subscribe for all the latest Vikings news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's get loud. Skol Vikings!